Well, afternoon, Russ. It's the day after the night before. Come down yet?
Yeah, absolutely. I've just been bothering myself with the game tomorrow night, to be honest with you, looking what they're like. So that's my concentrations today and tomorrow. You know, we got there. I want to do well up there as well. You know, the league's still important to me. You know, I know everyone's been carried away on the Wembley thing, but you know that we're only halfway there with that. So that's put to the back now, the back of everyone's minds. I've told them that about training today, and let's concentrate on the game tomorrow and let's try and get some points up there. You know, again, we've been on a good streak, to be honest with you. So I want to keep that going, and that's important that we keep the momentum going, because it's so important now this part of the season when teams can get a few good runs together. You know, they can start to climb up the table, and that's what I want to do.
We'll come on to York more in a minute. In regard to today's training session, 24 hours after a big game, what's the reaction been like physically and mentally?
Yeah, I mean, I knew that they would do a recovery day today. You know, I didn't do a lot on the footballs, to be honest with you. They had a jog, a stretch, just let them have, you know, chatting with each other. The mood was really good in the camp. You know, there's a real good feeling about the place. And then we finished off with different sort of games like skill games, head tennis, that type of thing, and the players loved it. And I just said to them, like, get away now, get your recovery, because it's so important. You know, they're not going to meet till later on tomorrow afternoon, you know, to go on the journey up to York. So I said, no, you know, this afternoon it's a case of getting home and resting, getting your fluids on board, getting your food on board, be prepared for tomorrow. Let's
come on to York then. Your team selection will probably tell us a lot, I imagine, about your desire in regard to the Blue Square Premier this year. I'm not expecting you to name your team now, but will it be a case of you might just have to make changes simply because you need fresh legs?
Yeah, of course you do. I mean, like I say, if I need to make changes, I'll make changes. I'm not saying I'm going to do that, because I do like to keep a settled side as well, but you have to be realistic in this game. You've got to do what's right for the players, and you know, some of them, you know, I mean, like Louis worked so hard the other day, and he has done every other game. He's not missed a game, and he looked a bit tired towards the end. I spoke to him after the game. He did say, I did feel it towards the end. So, you know, if players, they've got to be honest with me. I don't want to throw players in there if they're not 100%. You know, I want to make sure they're not getting fatigued, and to make sure I keep them at the right level. So you must balance the amount of your expenditure with what you're putting back in, and I'll monitor that very closely.
Is there an argument though, with Saturday on the horizon, that you just say, look, we'll take this game what comes and we will make changes because I want to protect my frontline players for Saturday and try and get to a Wembley final, or is that not in your mind?
No, I mean, I've got many ways of thinking about it. If I need to rest players, obviously I don't want to name my side, but if I need to rest players, I shall rest them. And then it's up to other players then to come in and prove to me, you know, that you know, I might make changes tomorrow. Some players go in there and are outstanding, and that gives me a problem again for Saturday. And that's why I want that problem. I want to continue to have that problem. But yeah, like I say to you, David, I just want to put the Luton game out of the way now until I get this game away tomorrow.
You've mentioned already today about sides putting runs together and moving up the table very quickly. York are perhaps the definition of that theory. Look where they were at the beginning of the season, flying at the moment, and with an outside chance, I would say, of a playoff spot. Yeah. A dangerous side.
Very dangerous side, and they're on their home turf as well. But, you know, I always quite fancy us when we travel away from home. You know, we don't put in really bad... The only real bad appearance I think we ever put in was the game at Grimsby, because we've done well and we fought well when we were away from home. So, again, it's a team I'm not fearful of. You know, if I've got to make changes, then I know I've got like for like, and I can put players in there that can do the job that the man that's just been taken out has been doing. So I've got no worries with that, and I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow. I know they're a good side, I know they've got a good run of form, but you know what, so have we.
They've got a good record at home, 2 defeats all season at home. Does that play a factor in your mind?
Of course it does, but I know the team I've got, I'll always create chances to score goals. If I can keep clean sheets and I can defend as we defended yesterday, and my goalkeeper plays like he played yesterday, we will always have a chance, because we will always create chances to score goals.
And just to finish with, any injury news from the training ground, any knocks or bruises that may sideline someone?
No, not really. They're just a few tired legs, which we'd expect. So there's, you know, Jason was in with them doing massages this morning, and then we went out and did some jogging and some stretching to get rid of all the lactate build up in the legs and get them nice and fresh again. Just nice and bright and breezy, and you know, looking forward to the game against York tomorrow night.
Cheers,
thank you.
Absolutely. Adam Murray obviously had to miss out, unfortunately, because of the closing his loan. Do you think that he might come in tomorrow ahead of the Luton game on Saturday, perhaps resting Nick Thompson?
Possibly. I've not decided what my side is yet, so that's a possibility. It could happen. I mean, Adam Murray was tremendous in the dressing room on Saturday. He knew he had to come out. He didn't want to come out the side. I mean, he even made a phone call to Luton himself to try and get himself back in the side, and it just shows you the measure of the boy. But he was in there encouraging. You know, he came up and watched them from above the stands and came. I had a chat with him at half time as well, what he's seen in the game. He's a very experienced lad, and he's doing his coaching badges and stuff like that. So he's very valuable to me and knowledgeable on the game. So yeah, you do miss a player of that calibre. It's like missing one of your main strikers, you know. And Adam Murray on his days is as good as anything in this league.
You spoke about at the fans forum a couple of weeks ago about turning the draws into wins. You've managed to do that. Are you pleased with the way that's progressing?
I am. Yeah, I'd like a lot more wins, especially in the league, because you know mathematically it's still possible. And if you just go on a run and other teams start to fear you, then and they do. And you know I thought we've applied ourselves really well over these last few games. We've got quite a good stats record really of games lost. And like I say, if I can convert those draws into wins, I think we won't be far off it.
When the draw came out for Luton in the semi-finals, some of the fans perhaps had their heads down, but yesterday at Field Mill they really made some noise. And was that a bit more belief for your boys yesterday? I
thought the crowd were very good. They got right behind us, and that you can see the effect it has on us. And when the draw did come, if you're going to go and have a game at Wembley, why not beat the best teams along the way? They are favourites to win the competition. They probably still are favourites to win the competition. I've not even looked at the stats. But me and my team, we're going to go there and try them to stop them going to Wembley.
You've spoken about that you want to progress in the Blue Square Premier as well, but heading to York tomorrow night, do you think that, taking into account that we've got the second leg of the semi-final coming up on Saturday, does that change the way that you prepare for the game?
No, not really. It's just that this is where the players have to be very professional. And they've got to beat what's in front of them. That's what it's about. If I need to jug on my pack, I'll jug on my pack. If I don't need to, I won't.
Of course, with the Luton game as well, some fans perhaps might fancy a night off the football. What's your message to them to try and get the support that was here at Field Mill yesterday to York tomorrow night?
I know it's a big ask for some people because they've been out at work all day, and obviously it's not until a quarter to 8 kick-off. So I would just say to them, whatever fans can turn up, we appreciate you. I'd love to see the colours there, and get behind the boys again and help us get another victory.
Thanks, Ross.
Thank you.
So looking towards past York now, looking towards Saturday. Once you've got York out of the way, what's the rest of the week going to be like? Will you do anything particular, anything special, anything different?
I'll just work on I've been through the DVD. I've watched that. I've looked at it I spent hours on it, looking at areas where we can possibly expose them. But they're a good side, that. Whether he'll juggle his pack, I don't know. He had a very strong team out against us on Saturday, and we contended with that. So no, I'll just keep them upbeat, keep the training short, sharp, inventive. I'll work on set pieces, and look forward to the game on the Saturday.
Obviously, you do have the 1 goal advantage. It's there, like you say. If you don't lose the game, you go through.
Yeah.
But do you go to a game like that looking to sit back and maybe?
No, not a chance. No, I'd never do that. No. And if my players start to do it, then you'll see them on the sidelines. I don't do that. I think to sit back and hold on to a 1-0 lead, all you'll do is encourage trouble onto you. You'll sit deeper and deeper. They'll advance more players forwards. Then it becomes a melee in the box, and anything can happen then. So no, I'm not going to do that. I want to go and win that game.